My Other Self, Chapter 8, The Avoidance of Sin, Section 8. Lessons from the Passion. Rejoice that you share in the sufferings of Christ. 1 Peter 4:13. My other self, I would have you learn 3 lessons from my passion and death. The first lesson is the horror and tragedy of sin. It was sin that brought into the world the brutality, the torture, the savagery, the hate which reached their culmination in my crucifixion. Sin unshackled evil. Sin unleashed death. You, like all men, have the awful power to withhold your will from me. How would you feel if the person dearest to you in all the earth should deliberately turn away from you to choose a life of utmost misery? That is how I feel when a soul rejects me, choosing misery in preference to happiness so complete and rich it would never enter the mind of man to conceive of it. It is then that I say, as I said of Jerusalem, how often I have been willing to gather your children as a mother bird gathers her brood under her wings, but you refused it. The second lesson is how to conform your life to the divine will in the midst of sin. My Father wills that men should be free. Though men's freedom perverted by sin led to my bitter suffering, I accepted it. Adam refused to conform to the divine will in a matter that cost him only his pride. The Son of Man conformed to the divine will in a matter that cost him his life. So you must do. Never curse your God, my other self, for what men's sins do to you. My executioners crucified me by misusing the power I gave them. I, myself, enabled them to strike with a hammer. Of themselves they could do nothing. Does not this give you new insight into the humility with which you should accept the Father's will, and the abandonment with which you should seek to carry out the tasks He gives you? The third lesson is that you can endure anything sin can hurl against you, if only you throw yourself trustingly upon me. That is how the saints were able to accept martyrdom. That is how you, too, will be able to accept martyrdom, if this should be the divine will for you. Suffering is necessary to bring the mind and body into subjection. Either you will be a slave of your passions, or you will be their master. Rightly endured, suffering will help make you free. I gave you example by suffering every torment imaginable, torture in every limb, every joint, torture in my back, my head, mental agony of anticipation, knowing the torment that was to come, knowing the day and the hour, mental agony of sorrow at the betrayal of my one-time comrade, mental agony of revulsion as I was spat upon, mental agony of shame as I was exposed to obscenity, mental agony of dereliction as I was abandoned on the cross, mental agony to the utmost as I watched my mother's own martyrdom. Every sorrow was mine, my other self. As I conquered them all, so I promise you that you also can conquer whatever suffering I ask of you. Yes, conquer and rise again with new control over your passions and something regained of the integrity humankind lost through the first human sin. Learn these lessons, and know this as well. Though my soul was sorrowful beyond measure, even to the extent of asking my Father to let this chalice pass from me, yet I had one sweet consolation, the thought of my mother, my saints, and you. You would understand me. You would be loyal to me. You would love me so much that the more, because these others hated me. You would follow me so much the more closely because my disciples left me. You would watch and pray so much the longer because my chosen 3 slept in the garden. You would come to me more often in the sacrament of my love. You would live for me and in me. You would be with me, the Father's victim. You would join your life to my Calvary in one gloriously redemptive and atoning mass. Thus my other self, I was consoled. Knowing this, can you fail me? Can you ever with full deliberation sin again?